Hi, I'm Madam Pamita, and this is Madam Pamita's Parlor of Wonders. You can find me online at parlorofwonders.com. Well, today we are going to be talking about the Major Arcana card that corresponds to Taurus. And Taurus's card in the Major Arcana is the Hierophant. The Hierophant is a beautiful card. This is a card that I had an interesting relationship with because it's the number 5 card, and my numerology number is 5, and so I have a special relationship to this card. I'll be talking in another episode about numerology and how to correspond to tarot cards. But for this episode, we're going to be talking about the correspondences with the Hierophant and Taurus. So Taurus is Taurus the bull. When we think of Taurus people, we think of people who are steady, reliable. They are definitely oriented toward luxury, acquiring money, having money, and they're good at attracting money. They're people who will stick through something and see it through to the end. In relationships, they are intensely loyal. They will stick by your side and stay by your side through to the bitter end. They make amazing friends, amazing partners in life, and amazing partners in business as well. So what characteristics do we see in the Hierophant card that correspond to the Taurus? Well, if we are looking for images that correspond from the Hierophant to the Taurus, there's not really anything that looks like a bull here. But there are two minor symbols here that remind us, when we're looking at this card, of Taurus. Now, if you think of when people plow fields, sometimes they have a pair of oxen that are pulling that plow and making it go forward. Well, in our Hierophant card, we've got 2 acolytes here, 2 students who are studying at the feet of the Hierophant. And I think of that as being like those pair of bulls that are pulling together, that are doing that work of pulling that plow until the field is completely plowed and ready for planting. So that steady energy, that strong energy, that long-lasting energy shows up in the Hierophant. The Hierophant card represents traditional learning. It represents the idea that somebody is passing on traditional wisdom that they've learned from a master. They themselves have become a master and are now passing it along to the students so that the students themselves can one day be masters. This is about an idea of longevity, of something that's being passed on from generation to generation. And that long-lasting energy has so much to do with Taurus energy. Taurans would love to pass on information that is old information and see that legacy being passed on from generation to generation. We also see with Hierophant an energy of tradition. And we see with Taurus as well. Tauruses aren't really what we consider super innovators. They aren't somebody that's doing something crazy. They're going to do the more traditional thing, the tried and true thing, the thing that they know is going to bring success, and they're going to stick with it until they get to that success. And the same thing that we see with the Hierophant, somebody who is passing on tradition, and we see the energy of tradition that shows up. So if this card shows up, for example, in relationship, we're looking at a traditional style relationship, not some crazy new-fangled version of relationship, but really what's been the traditional relationship ongoing throughout time. So when we see the Hierophant card show up in a reading, when you see it show up in a reading, remember that slow and steady energy of the Taurus. If you are a Taurus and you want to bring more of that essence of who you are to the forefront, you know when the Hierophant card shows up in a reading, that's your special card that has a lot of connection to you, and you know it is about that longevity, that stick-to-itiveness, and that seeing something through to the end. If you need to have more Taurus energy in your life, then you may want to bring the Hierophant card into your realm, using it magically or using it as some kind of meditation tool to bring more of that slow, steady, consistent, diligent energy of the Taurus to see things through to the end and to have great success as a result. So that does it for this episode. Thank you so much for joining me. I am Madam Pamita, and this is Madam Pamita's Parlor of Wonders. You can find me online at parlorofwonders.com. Be sure to go there and check out all the free resources I have, lessons, how-to guides, courses, all kinds of great content. Of course, I do tarot readings and all other kinds of readings, many other kinds of readings as well. And I want you to go here to that lovely little subscribe button that you see down below so that you can be sure to get the content that I'm putting here on YouTube as it's getting hot off the presses, you'll get the new content showing up in your inbox. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you again sometime.